Hey there, hi there, hi. Are you ready? Alright now. I have a new villain that I kind of been working and made. Are you ready? I call this one Psychoman. Once long ago there was a feared and wicked serial killer who worked as a school janitor who was known for capturing children and torturing them in sadistic ways. Until the parents found out and tracked him to where he lives and burnt him alive inside of his own house. Only his favorite mask, now half burnt hockey mask, remained. However, this would not be the end of the story. Alright, next part. There was once a troubled child who was abused constantly at a summer camp, and one day, in the ruins of a house of the infamous killer, he heard a voice call out to him. That promised him power and a way to get even with his tormentors. Due to almost drowning due to the camp counselor's negligence, he took up the mask and put it on, and it would cause a radical and terrifying transformation, and the spirited killer still inside the mask would possess him and turn him into the fearsome masked serial killer Psychoman. Mm. He now has a hulking frame and is armed with a large machete that was left over in the killer's home from way back when he used it to slice up children. Psycho Man would also inherit the true arts of the slasher, giving him strength, endurance, and the abilities of a slasher killer. And Psycho Man himself could do things like endure insane damage and regenerate quickly from damage, has superhuman strength, can teleport and appear from seemingly nowhere, and also has a killer's cunning at setting traps and using whatever he can to torment and kill. Psycho Man also likes to crack jokes and talk as he toys with his victims, like with his puppets. And even if the mask is removed, he keeps finding a way back to the one he possessed throughout their lifetime and causing them to become Psycho Man again and again and again, causing grief and trouble in their life in order to keep doing so and taking advantage of every moment of weakness and guilt while doing so, whether they try to move on and heal or become a family man, or when they were locked up in an institution for their crimes that they did while the killer spirits had possessed them. Psycho Man would even go on to make proteges, new killers much like himself, and establish the feared Street Killers to create a legacy of new horror for the now run-down little town and its survivors, and would seek not only to get his revenge on the people who burned him years ago, but enjoy killing and killing and killing for sick sadistic sports. Alright, now, obviously this guy is a little bit inspired by all sorts of, famous serial killers, such as, his appearance kind of, harkens back to Jason, but his origin, is kind of similar to Freddy's. Also, it kind of works a little. Also, have you guys ever seen Splatterhouse? Yeah. You guys seen Splatterhouse, right? The video game? Yeah, that's, the mask, possessing people is sort of like that game, I guess. Anyway. Anyway, let's see if this gets flagged by YouTube content claims for inappropriate stuff. Alright now. Anyway, alright. I need to reiterate that this is 100% fiction, YouTube. And also you Twitter Karens out there. Anyway, that's all for now. See you later. Remember to fly like Matt and train like a man for real stuff dreams rated. Bye.